Hello students, last class I had explained how do we control the fire. You had studied the method also. Fire brigade people are using the water to pour on the fire, and water cools the combustible material so that its ignition temperature is below the temperature becomes below the ignition temperature. This prevents the fire from spreading. Moreover, water vapor also surround the combustible material, helping in cutting off the supply of air so the fire is extinguished. Now, today we will continue the chapter. So, today we are going to study about the fire extinguisher. Before that, we have to know about the conditions, or a fire can be dangerous or disastrous if not controlled in time. Every city has a fire station equipped with a fire fighting equipment. You may have seen that water is normally used to extinguish fire, just now I explained. But water does not extinguish all kinds of fire. You have seen that three conditions necessary for a fire are: first one is presence of a combustible substance. Second one is presence of a supporter of combustion. And third one is heating the combustible substance above its ignition temperature. So these are the conditions under which a fire uh, happens. Now you are going to study how the fire extinguisher works and what are the uses of that. The job of a fire extinguisher is to cut off the supply of air or to bring down the temperature of the fuel, or both. Notice that the fuel is in most cases cannot be eliminated. For example, a building catches fire, the whole building is the fuel, so we cannot stop it. So all the cases, the substance or the material, combustible substance, we cannot eliminate it. So such cases, how can we extinguish fire? For that, some equipments we are using in offices, cinema halls, auditoriums, hospitals, schools, etc., public places, library, etc. Even the high-rise buildings. So we can see that in on the screen there is a fire extinguisher machine is there. The most common fire extinguisher is water. Just now we studied. But water works only when the things like wood or paper are on fire. But all the fire will not take place due to the wood or paper burning. Sometimes due to short circuit or due to the uh, combustion of petrol, diesel, kerosene, etc., or alcohol. Such cases, it is very difficult to control with water. If electrical equipment is on fire, water may conduct electricity and harm those trying to douse the fire. So suppose an electric fire, that means due to the short circuit, uh, the fire happens in any building or in factory. Such cases, if you will pour water, then that water become a good conductor of electricity, and it may cause harm to the person who is pouring the water. Water is also not suitable for fires involving oil and petrol, because you had already studied water is heavier than oil. They are immiscible liquids. If you will pour oil or petrol or kerosene in water, you can see they will float on the upper layer and water is heavier, so it will go down. Such conditions, it sinks below the oil and oil keeps burning on top. So the fire happens due to this oil or petrol or kerosene, etc. Such cases, if we will sprinkle water or if we will pour water, that water is heavier than these liquids, so it will go under that lower level, and the oil or the kerosene or petrol will float on the upper layer, so it may catch fire and again problem will create. So such cases also water is not suitable for extinguishing the fire. For fires involving electrical equipment and inflammable materials like petrol, such cases, how can we extinguish fire? We can use carbon dioxide is the best extinguisher. So we can use carbon dioxide instead of water to extinguish fire if it is happen due to an electrical equipment or highly inflammable materials like petrol, kerosene, etc. How it works? Carbon dioxide, being heavier than oxygen, covers the fire like a blanket. It will cover all over that burning substance and it stops the entry of oxygen inside it. Since the contact between the fuel and oxygen is cut off, outside oxygen or air cannot enter into that material, so naturally the substance cannot continue burning. The fire is controlled. The added advantage, that means additional to this carbon dioxide, is that in most cases it does not harm the electrical equipment. If the electrical equipment due to short circuit, if the fire catches and if we will apply carbon dioxide over that, then it will not damage the electrical equipment. Instead of that, if we will pour water, what happens? The electronic items or electrical item will get damaged. So these are the benefits of carbon dioxide using as an extinguisher, fire extinguisher. Now, how do we get the supply of carbon dioxide? So how can we use carbon dioxide as a fire extinguisher? From where we will get it? It can be stored at a high pressure as liquid in cylinders. You can see on the screen there is a cylinder colored in red. You might have seen in your school or the library, hospitals, your own buildings, etc. In what form is the LPG stored in cylinders? At home you might have seen the cylinders, gas cylinders. If you will shake, you can see there will be liquid is there. So it is liquid petroleum gas, that is called LPG. When the knob will open and due to the pressure, high pressure, it is compressed, and when the knob will open and connect it with the stove, it will convert into gas. So same way here in this small cylinders, carbon dioxide is in liquid form, it will convert into gaseous form. When released from the cylinder, carbon dioxide expands enormously in volume and cools down. So it not only forms a blanket around the fire, it also brings down the temperature of the fuel. If the burning substance temperature is coming below its ignition temperature, then automatically it will stop catching fire. That is why it is an excellent fire extinguisher. So due to these qualities, carbon dioxide is always used as a fire extinguisher. It acts as a blanket, cut off the air to enter it. Not only that, The temperature of the fuel is also coming below the ignition temperature. Another way to get carbon dioxide is to release a lot of dry powder of chemicals like sodium bicarbonate, that is, we will call it as baking soda, using in bakeries, etc., as a cooking material, or potassium bicarbonate. So this also produces a lot of carbon dioxide. Near the fire, if this will open, then what happens? These chemicals give off carbon dioxide. This way also we can use as a fire extinguisher. So you can see on the screen there will be a fire extinguisher. I will show you now. Hello students, you can see on the screen there is a fire extinguisher. It is in cylindrical shape and having different parts, that is a high pressure gas generator is there, and at the bottom part there will be dry chemical like a potassium bicarbonate or sodium bicarbonate, which produces carbon dioxide, and water is also filled in. So there is a knob, a nozzle is there, and a handle also there. It is a safety pin also. You can see how it works. Carbon dioxide can be stored at a high pressure as liquid in cylinders. When released from the cylinder, carbon dioxide expands enormously in volume and cools down. So it not only forms a blanket around the fire, it also brings down the temperature of the fuel. That's why carbon dioxide is an excellent fire extinguisher. Dry powder of sodium bicarbonate or potassium bicarbonate is used as fire extinguisher. These chemicals give off carbon dioxide. So this way we can control the fire with the help of this fire extinguisher.